Hi, and welcome back to Recap 1. Today's movie is about a romantic comedy film in 2008. A man challenges himself to say yes to everything, starring our beloved actor Jim Carrey. Do you want to know what happens next? Let's get to the video. Carl is a typical man, the one with short brown hair. 3 years ago, my wife ran away with a rich man. He never found a girlfriend. I'm not interested in anything. Listless all day. Advertise yourself as a Buddhist youth, working hard and waiting to die, feeling hopeless. Reject all useful and useless social activities in life. My favorite hobby is staying at home and watching movies. At the end, I can even watch The Chainsaw and fall asleep. He's used to saying no, refuse to act like a baby, reject the kindness of the neighbor aunt, refuse all flyers, decline the zombie invitation. Once in a crowded place, he feels uncomfortable. I'd rather offend my friends than run away immediately. When you are alone, you can't enjoy himself. Feeling tired instead, listless, occasional insomnia. Often dream, life stinks like stagnant water. He also wants to change the status. But it's hard to take the first step. Until the day he met his friend Nick, same person to middle age. This guy is radiant, full of energy, life is colorful. Not only climbed the beautiful Masaluo mountain, I also ate bats in Laos. He took out a leaflet. The secret is this: I am Mr. Nice Lecture. The word good has turned my life upside down. Carl is not interested. I thought it was another boring religious lecture, but Nick slipped him the flyer anyway. In the evening, send little Pete to ask the crime originally. Carl agreed to go to his engagement. But he was afraid, but he broke the appointment temporarily. Carl can only find various excuses and embarrassment. Lie for yourself. Pete angrily turned around and left. Still leave a lethal, auspicious words. You just wait to die alone. That's the sentence gave Carl a terrible dream. In his dream, he stared with his eyes open and his mouth motionless. A fly flew into his mouth. He didn't respond. The whole figure is reduced to a lump. Rotten tomatoes for fly feast. Carl wakes up from his dream. After a while, I was afraid. Happened to see that leaflet of Mr. Nice Lecture, so he decided to give it a try. Once at the venue, he met Nick. Nick told him Terrence was a genius. He will brainwash you. He's like a mind bomb. Sure enough, the prologue came out. It's a strong smell of propaganda. Changes come from awareness. Enlightenment comes from the outside world again. And how do we control the outside world? The secret is a word in thunderous applause and nervous applause. Mentor Terrence debuts. He is on fire. I want you to say yes more in your life because it will bring you benefits. While saying yes, opportunities will follow. That's it. The spotlight shines on the newcomer, Carl. Terrence asked him to come on stage. Carl habitually said no. Back up just a little bit more. No, no man, no man, no man, no man. Terrence rushed over, start face-to-face punishment. After asking a few questions, Terrence just gave him the verdict that your heart is dead. You say no to life. Life closes the door on you. You make up all kinds of excuses to fool the people around you. Perfunctory all the time, you're all stuck in dead-end jobs. You don't have a girlfriend. Didn't even get a chance to meet a girlfriend. You lost the one you love the most because he doesn't want to spend his life with a coward. Carl feels like he's been stripped naked on the stage, but he had to admit that Terrence was right. Terrence still needs to make a contract with him. Once you leave here, whenever the opportunity arises, whatever he is, you have to say yes. Yes, 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 Tyron is a reminder. When you break this promise, everything gets complicated, even out of control. Make me believe it. Yes, 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 after being manually brainwashed. Carl walks out of the venue, just about to leave. There's a homeless man hitchhiking. He usually doesn't even care about it. But today he made a contract. Can only say yes along the way. Homeless man keeps calling on his cell phone until the car pulls into a remote park. The mobile phone is also used to run out of power. The homeless just came home, see him so easy to talk. The homeless want to borrow some money to spend. Carl can't refuse, can only give away. It's hard to send this trouble away. The bigger trouble came when the car disappeared. The phone is dead and can't call for help, he scolded, carrying an oil barrel. Go to the gas station more than 10 kilometers away. While refueling, he met a beautiful girl in a motorcycle. She takes the initiative to strike up a conversation. Carl complained to him about his experience. See him so kind, she offered him a lift. Carl never thought riding a motorcycle can be so exciting. The beauty took him on the road. Carl feels great. Unlimited actions for beauties. For a split second, Carl began to appreciate the homeless man. If it wasn't for him, how could he have such an affair? Then began to thank Terrence. Good rules really work. So when the mayor works overtime on Saturdays, Carl readily agrees. When someone comes to apply for a loan, approve without looking at it. Change to usual, he will certainly not approve such a small loan. Because profit margins are so low, Carl has just arrived at the company. It was announced that girls' salaries would be doubled because his competitors refused to work overtime on Saturdays. The opportunity naturally fell on his head. Carl is ecstatic. He is more convinced. Good rules bring him good luck. To celebrate reproduction, he took the initiative, meeting friends and being generous. Carl is like a different person. High in the bar, even teased someone else's girlfriend. Also got into a fight. If it wasn't for my friends to stop me, he has to go to the hospital. Carl was drunk, spent the night in the bathroom. After waking up, I was called by the neighbor aunt to install the bookshelf. Finished bookshelf. Big Mom releases the son of the fire wolf. He just wants to leave. Carl turned and ran away in fright. But for saying no, Carl was rebelled against, fell down the stairs first, then got bitten by a dog. He was afraid for a while. Auntie took off the dentures and gave him life and death. Except for friends and neighbors, he says yes. Carl also said yes to various promotional advertisements. He also started learning the guitar, fly an airplane, and learning Korean. He is always willing to try new things. Life begins to be full and interesting. Today, he was in the bar, see her again. Allison, the beauty I ran into at the gas station. She is the lead singer of a rock band. Carl is completely smitten with her. After listening to the song, Carl got a chance to run the road with her. Allison has a wide range of interests, except motorcycles. Rock music, she also likes jogging and photography. Allison invites Carl, go to her class tomorrow morning, but get up at 6 a.m., Carl has no reason not to agree. Carl piled up his alarm clock when he got home and was just getting ready for bed. A friend calls and invites him to play all night. Carl's appointment at midnight, play until 6 a.m., headed straight to the park for Allison's class. Although I stayed up all night, he is still full of energy. But halfway through the run, Carl fell asleep. Great photography for everyone. Carl told Allison he likes novelty, colorful life. Allison feels like he's found a kindred spirit. Let him repeat. It's better to kill him than to talk about life. Carl riding Allison's motorcycle at night. Take him to the Prototype Theater in Hollywood. They climbed over the railing to center stage. You know, I've never let anyone drive my scooter before. I've never let anyone kiss me on the stage of the Hollow. Bowl before kissing, 2 people sitting in the auditorium, looking at the blue theater under the night. Suddenly, the security guard's anger came. The 2 ran away laughing. This exciting feeling makes them very fascinated, lost serious expression at work the next day. Carl gave random loans without review. People from the board of directors came to ask for accountability. Carl issued 561 loans in 1 month, and they all borrowed 3 microloans of $500. The board originally suspected Carl of misappropriating public funds. However, after investigation by the operations department, it was found that these customers are very grateful. Your loan needs can be met. So more than 98% of people repay their loans normally. The bank not only didn't lose money, but also made a lot of money. Word of mouth also soared. The board of directors is very interested in this kind of microfinance, so the boss invite Carl to join the board to run the business. The unexpected promotion put Carl in the best of moods. Few days ago, he promised to help his friend get married. I just have time today. He took his friend's fiancée, went to a Korean store to buy wedding supplies. The saleswoman in the store has a very bad service attitude. She chatted with him in the Korean he just learned. It turns out that the delivery staff watched other people send out pairs every day. Staying single and watch others getting married. Unbalanced. Unfair. That's why I lost my temper. He told her to have a better attitude towards the belly button. He'll introduce her to a nice guy. although it looks like a joke. But the harvester was still taken by his heat. Talking about commotion outside, someone is going to jump off the building. Carl stepped forward to persuade, and picked up the guitar and sang an improvised song. Gradually, the man was moved by the singing. He gave up suicide. Carl uses his newfound skills to save a man. Full of sense of accomplishment, Carl had a whim. Decided to take Allison, come on a walk-and-go trip. Came to the airport. They picked a flight that took off recently. Fly to Lincoln. After getting off the plane, they went to the museum first, then go to the range to shoot. Allison's novice touches the gun and almost misses a lot. I got it. Can I do it again? Can I do it again? What's wrong? When walking in the countryside. Suddenly it rained heavily. Carl covers Allison with clothes, take her to the warehouse to shelter from the rain. With the previous romance and madness, Allison feels like she is completely in love with Carl. He is so funny, always unpredictable. Allison said we'll live together when we go back. Carl didn't answer right away. He hesitated before agreeing. Allison was acutely aware of the day. When returning, they were taken away by the police as soon as they arrived at the airport. Carl is watery. Police suspect he is a terrorist. The reason is, why did you buy your ticket a minute before boarding? You lend a loan to a man to make fertilizer. Are you going to make a bomb? You are learning to fly a plane. Why do you want to learn Korean? Do you have contact with North Korea? Your marriage only lasted half a year. Is it something to do with immigration? These abnormal things are connected. Makes him look like a terrorist. Pete explained to the police where things were. Carl made a contract with the mentor. Say yes to everything. Hearing this, Allison was very angry, and I asked you if you wanted to live with me. You hesitate. I thought you were just thinking and weighing normally. Now it seems you want to say no, but you can't say it. This is what you're really hesitating about. Carl hastened to show that I mean it. But Allison says, how do I know you are willing? Or is it because you're on that damn project? Carl can't explain. He is still stubborn. Because as long as he says no, he will be reflected on. This is destined in the dark, so when Allison told him to fuck off, he had to go away and roll away. But he is even more deadly. He did all this because of that contract, not from the heart. Allison feels like being fooled, so she's very disappointed in Carl. After returning to Los Angeles, Carl has been thinking about Allison. Allison won't answer the phone. Carl is very disappointed, but he still doesn't forget to learn how to fly a plane, play Takahashi bungee jumping. He gradually try new things, stay super active, smile at life. It has become a habit, a driving force. Life is a mirror. How do you treat her? What will she do to you? Although not in a good mood, Carl still has a super surprise for Pete. Marriage meeting. The party is not over. He got a call from his ex-wife. She was abandoned by her husband. She wants to get back with Carl. Follow good rules. Carl should agree too, but thinking of Allison, he still chooses to refuse. Retribution is coming soon. First, the elevator malfunctioned. Then I was frightened by a cat and fell down. Carl feels like the whole world is thinking of him. He can't stand it, only to find Terrence. Carl suddenly appeared in the car. Terrence scared him into a hurry. There was a car accident. Both are in the hospital. Wake up, Terrence telling him to change you is not saying yes, but to say yes to bring you a more positive and optimistic attitude towards life. You should understand at the beginning. Force myself to say yes to everything is to open your autism, open your heart. It is not necessary to say yes afterwards, but really want to say what you call cursing and reflection. It's just your demons at work. Be true to yourself. Do what you really want to do. It's much harder than saying yes to everything. It is true that there is no definite answer in my heart. Saying yes just makes life more possible. But whether to say yes or not is up to you. When there is no answer, need to say yes more. Try a lot when you have the answer. Just follow your heart. Think here. Carl escapes from the hospital, ride a motorcycle and fly to Allison at a park. Allison is still ignoring him. Carl explained while running. That contract is full of loopholes. But if I don't, never meet you, I say no to everything. He just want to blend in with the crowd. I was the complete opposite of you back then. You have hobbies. Life is fun with friends. You are not afraid of anything. You don't think I'm scared of anything. Who do you think I am? I'm scared of a lot of things. And I'm scared too, so let's be scared together. Alice didn't say I would, but say maybe. Carl doesn't care maybe. For him, it means that it is very likely. He kissed her without hesitation. Students grab their cameras. Freeze this beautiful moment. A few days later, Carl and Allison witnessed a large collection of clothes, completed a large-scale donation. It's just that when Terrence held another presentation, the students are all naked. Because Carl asked them, "Can you donate your clothes to charity and then go to the presentation naked?" They can only answer yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes Man is directed by Peyton Reed, released in 2008. This is a light-hearted comedy with an inspirational style, very suitable for today, narrow and mournful young group watching. If you're like Carl, I'm not interested in anything. Nothing to do, no one likes, want to socialize but feel bored. Stay alone and feel bored. I want to give up after doing one thing for 2 minutes. Give up and feel unwilling, so chances are you've fallen into a negativity trap. Maybe you can really try the way in the movie, when you have no answer to the present life in your heart, when there is no plan. Then say more things and try more. Life is an experience. Don't be afraid of no good results. Say goodbye to that negativity, always looking for excuses. Take more courage to do something incredible. Boldly try all kinds for the first time. Depravity and mourning can become a habit. The same positivity can also become a habit, and the perfect time to change all that. All right, that's all for today's explanation. If you like it, remember to follow or subscribe Recap 1, like and comment. So we'll see you next time. Have a nice day.